AskReddit by Dirtimony. What criminal completely got away with that they did? The Zodiac Killer. I always wonder why he stopped killing people. Did he died? Go to jail for something else? Move? Got sick? Killers rarely stop themselves when they are on a spree. Casey Anthony. This one will never not shock me. If your own child buried on your property after you didn't report them missing isn't enough evidence to convict someone, then the justice system is broken. DB Cooper. I don't ever want this one solved, purely for the reasons that 1. Nobody was seriously hurt or killed, except, presumably, Cooper himself, and 2. It reminds the feds that they'll never be able to solve them all. Shiro Ishii. Him and Menjul, both. But the way Ishii got away with his crimes was even more disrespectful to the victims because he was granted full immunity. At least with Menjul, they made an attempt to capture him. Ferdinand Marcos and his family. Then the son gets elected. Ted Kennedy killed a woman when he drunk drove off a bridge. He went home, showered, and slept it off, then reported the accident in the morning. When they found his victim, she had suffocated to death. She potentially could have been rescued if he hadn't gone home to cover his own ass. And didn't seem to affect his political career at all. Well, it did in a way. Joseph P. Kennedy, a piece of trash in his own right, see Rosemary, prided himself on raising presidents. Obviously JFK got the spot, and Bobby had a good chance before he was assassinated. Ted was strongly considered the next in line to run for the office, but absolutely Chappaquiddick affected his potential for running for POTUS. Jimmy fucking Savile. A disgusting, awful nonce of the worst kind who should have been strung up. Except when you look into it, it seems like all of Britain was providing him with victims. A visiting celebrity doesn't need a private room to spend an hour with a child. They were all in on it. Now they have the fucking gall to act like nobody knew. Whoever killed Elizabeth Short, aka Black Dahlia. The Doctor. Had to be the Doctor 97%. The Tylenol Killer. James Lewis, who just died in 2023, was the only official suspect convicted in connection to the Tylenol murders. O.J. Simpson. Allegedly. Edit. I only say allegedly because I don't make a habit saying people totally committed a crime on the internet. Thank God for Norm Macdonald during that whole mess. Rick Scott, who oversaw one of the largest instances of Medicare fraud in the US, is currently a senator. He pushed through legislation that allowed storage companies to assess gargantuan fees and to auction the possessions of people online with virtually no notice. Know why? He has invested money into the storage industry. People may shrug their shoulders, but there are people who had nothing else but those things and who had paid thousands of dollars to store it. He looks like a generic vibrating dildo and I hope he chokes on his money. If he has it his way, Social Security will be done away with. Jack the Ripper. It was Laszlo. Caitlyn Jenner. One person killed and 4 injured. No charges brought. Buckle up buckaroos. https://www.newsweek.com/rick-scott-connection-massive-medicare-fraud-scandal-resurfaces-1780279. Rick Scott defrauded Medicare for millions and Florida made him a senator. But first, the governor. Twice. I'm a Florida native, and left because people there are just plain stupid. Menjul. One of the worst escapes from karma in history. Anna Sakoulas. While over in the UK, she drove her car on the wrong side of the road and killed 19-year-old Harry Dunn. She then claimed that because her husband worked for the CIA she had immunity and fled the country. The UK tried to extradite her. America told them to get fucked. She got away with manslaughter and is free to this day. Kissinger. For sabotaged peace talks so he could get a job in the Nixon administration. Millions died so he could have the career he wanted. Unreal. Technically, rapist Brock Turner, the rapist, got away with raping. But as he is on the sex registry list and has to go by Alan Turner the rapist instead of Brock Turner the rapist, maybe he didn't get away with it totally. I do love that Reddit never fails to use his full name, Brock Alan Turner, rapist. Anytime Brock Alan Turner, the rapist, is brought up, we all must acknowledge in full that he is in fact a piece of shit rapist. We must also never forget to mention now Alan Turner, the rapist, as well. Everyone is talking about serial killers. Let's be honest, the Sackler family has gotten off scot-free after causing the opioid epidemic. Jimmy Savile. Karla Homolka. Isn't she the one who helped her husband, the serial killer, rape and kill her little sister? Wall Street banks for the 2008 global financial crisis. Many mid to senior ranking Nazis escaped to South America, Brazil, Chile and Argentina, in particular. A few of them were finally brought to justice decades later, after already living out most of their lives. But most that fled pretty much got away with it, or were never extradited due to lack of any foreign extradition agreements. Walter Rauff, for example, was never caught and died of natural causes in the 1980s. Rauff was involved in the development and use of mobile gassing chambers. There have been quite a few fascinating documentaries on Nazis in South America. And many of these people were the architects behind a wide range of human experimentation and torture programs. Congressman women buying stocks with insider info, Iraq war perpetrators for WMDs, mass spying, etc. You mean going to Japan, talking with tech execs and then dumping Nvidia stock before a major downturn is frowned upon? All the while taxpayers were paying you to go there. Putin. Not just the Ukrainian war, but all the murders previously. I mean accidents like falling out of windows, poisoning and so on. Well, he's still alive, yet to see if he's gonna get away scot-free.